Jose, and in this video we'll be covering the similarities and differences between mitosis and meiosis. There is a lot that I could cover, there is a lot that I won't be able to cover, but if you ever have any questions, you can always shoot me a message, or you can schedule a session and we can go a little more in depth about this topic. This is an essential and core topic in any biology course, especially AP biology. So again, by any means, reach out to me and I'd be more than happy to help. One core similarity between the two, mitosis and meiosis, is that they're both a type of cell division. So in each process, you will see cells dividing into more cells. However, their purposes are very different. So for mitosis, we use that for growth. When we're going from infancy to adulthood, we need our cells to divide constantly to be able to grow our bones, grow our height, grow our muscles. Repair, so especially for muscle, like I do a lot of weightlifting, and so I always get those micro tears in my body. And so mitosis is very important in our muscles regrowing, especially when we get cuts and bleeds. Our skin cells are constantly going through mitosis to fill in those gaps, to repair that damage, and then maintenance as well. So our body has to be maintained. Our body has to go through has to maintain homeostasis, and so that requires some of our cells to go through mitosis. Meiosis, on the other hand, the main purpose of that is to produce gametes. So gametes, if you don't know what a gamete is, those are your sperm and your egg cells. And this is vital for sexual reproduction of multicellular organisms. And so without meiosis, we wouldn't be able to reproduce, develop a zygote, and develop our kids. In the second board, we have the process of mitosis. So in mitosis, we start with a cell. Let's say that it's a skin cell. And within that skin cell, I have 46 chromosomes. Let's say that it's a human skin cell. So 2N, what that means is I have 2 sets of chromosomes in this cell. In humans, each set is worth 23. I have 23 from mom and 23 from dad. I have one, or in other words, I have 1 set from mom, 1 set from dad. So I have 2 sets. Each of those sets is valued at 23. In the cell, I have drawn 1 pair of homologous chromosomes. So I've drawn 2 out of the 46 chromosomes. And those 2 chromosomes are homologous, meaning that they're very similar. They have the same size, they have the same shape, but there are notable differences between the two. I'm sure in your biology course, you've already learned about alleles. And so one chromosome is going to have very different alleles than the other. They're going to have very different genetic codes in the locuses or the locations on that chromosome. So again, I'll go in a lot more depth in that in a future video or in a future class, but we start with this cell. And then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to duplicate all of the DNA. And so here, that's happening here. And so I have everything duplicated. I still have the same number of chromosomes though. So to count your chromosomes at any phase of mitosis or meiosis, you just have to count the centromeres or the centers of each of those chromosomes. So I have 2 centers up here. So in this example, I only have 2 chromosomes. Down here in the center, I have 2 chromosomes as well. So I'm counting the centers. And at the bottom, at the very end of mitosis, I still have 2 chromosomes in each of the cells. And then in this process right here, I am separating the sister chromatids. After I've duplicated them, I'm going to separate the sister chromatids. Over on the left side, I've drawn a zoomed in photo of a duplicated chromosome, and I've circled the 2 sister chromatids. These now are identical. Homologous chromosomes are similar, sister chromatids are identical. So that's a very key difference between the two. So after I've separated my sister chromatids, I'm also separating the cytoplasm, and I'm splitting into 2 cells. And then that's where I get these 2 cells at the bottom. They're both diploid, meaning they have 2 sets of chromosomes, and they are identical to the parent. And this entire process is happening for somatic cells. Somatic is a fancy word for body, if you don't know that. So just body cells, skin cells, muscle, anything that you can think of. That is not a nerve cell. Nerve cells don't divide. There are a few cells in your body that don't divide at all, that are constantly in the G0 phase. But I only have 20 seconds left. As far as I could go. Again, if you want to schedule a session, if you have any further questions, definitely reach out to me. But yeah, hopefully that helped give you an introduction to mitosis and the purposes of mitosis and meiosis. Thank you.